found his crash helmet in the studio.
Oh.
I see from the police computer he was once fined for not wearing one.
It was years ago. God, haven't you got anything better to keep on record? 25 quid and warned not to do it again. He asked the court if he could wear a turban and claimed to be a Sikh. He used to sneak out like a schoolboy and blaze around on it after dark.
The reason I mention it is because he was found in the middle of nowhere. He could have ridden there, but we haven't found the bike. Do you have any idea where he might have been going? Or who he might have been meeting?
No, I told you.
When did you visit the studio last?
We went to pick up some wine for the party, Saturday night.
He kept it all the way out there, did he?
Well, he drank it.
He didn't happen to check his answering machine, did he?
There were no messages.
How do you know?
The message received light wasn't on.
You remember that clearly?
I'll never forget it now, will I? Harry looked at the machine and said, "There, you see? Nobody loves me."
I received a forensic report this morning. It contradicts some of the information you gave me.
What do you mean?
The telephone call you say you received from Harry on Thursday evening.
Say I received. I wish I hadn't wiped the bloody tape.
So do I. According to my forensic report, Harry had been dead 4 days by then.
Health, wealth, and happiness, and leave a message for God's sake.
How does a dead man telephone his wife? Tape recording.
Made by who?
Person or persons unknown.
But how?
I was rather hoping you'd have a few ideas.
Oh, one springs to mind. Mrs. Field never got a call from it.
Well, why should she lie about it?
Well, I don't know yet. But forensics got no reason to lie to us, have they?
Wouldn't have thought so. Do you know what I always do after I've had my car serviced, Lewis?
Probably go for a drink.
I do. I go for a run in it, and I stop for a drink. It's a very satisfying, pleasurable thing to do. And didn't the perceptive Gordon at the garage say that Harry was unusually sober when he picked up his motorcycle? He'd have wanted a drink. He would also have wanted to try out his motorcycle. He didn't wear a crash helmet, which means that he went out after dark. Lignum crucis arbor scientiae. The wood of the cross is the tree of knowledge. It's not terribly funny, is it?
It's not, sir.
I'd say Harry went to a pub.
Where?
Well, he'd want to be far enough out of town so he could enjoy his ride in peace, but not too far in case he had to wobble home. It's a tribute to country living.
What's it?
The fact that the bike is still here.
Next question is, how did Harry get from here to where we found him?
Afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah. Did you report it?
I came across it, sir.
Ah. How long has it been here?
Oh, since a week ago yesterday. I was going to report it.
You were probably very busy. Lewis?
Do you know this man?
was going to report it.
He had his eye on it for himself. 3 months unclaimed and then have it for his own.
Harry certainly didn't leave that bike by choice. Something happened here. Could he keep it as unclaimed lost property?
Don't insurance companies stop looking after 3 months?
But surely it would still be theft. What does Pace say about it?
Pace, sir?
The Police and Criminal Evidence Act. It's on your desk. When a CID sergeant starts reading that particular publication, it can mean one of two things. He hasn't got enough work to do, or his wife wants him to be an inspector. Well, who goes first?
Me, I suppose. Look, sir, I don't want you to think for a minute that I'm unhappy with my work.
No, I hadn't thought that.
And I didn't want to talk about it until we'd had a chance for a natter, you know. I mean, I really would value your opinion.
About being sent back into uniform?
Well, I don't think it's thought of like that anymore, actually. I want to get on, sir. I mean, obviously, there's the money side of things as well. What with the kids growing up, you're spending a fortune every time you turn round. Inflation going up all the time. Well, you know. And I want a bit of responsibility.
In the traffic division, are there enough patrolmen on the bypass? Is the one-way system working well enough on market days? It's a challenge.
I was expecting something like this.
Through flow of vehicles, that sort of thing. Is that what you want to do?
I might not pass the exam. Even if I did, it could be months before there's a promotion vacancy. The thing is that I have to have your recommendation. And what I need to know is, do you think I'm good enough to be recommended for promotion?
I'm sorry to tell you, Lewis, that the answer to that is yes.
Thank you, sir.
I was,
Calling Mrs. Field.
Hold on, old lad. Helen! Strange man on the phone.
Yes?
Mrs. Field, it's Morse.
It's the wake. Harry left 1,000 for the bar bill. Come over. Everybody else has.
Yeah, right. Right, thank you.
Orange juice for the shot liver brigade. Vodka for those who don't care. Freddie, you are off tonight.
Oh, good. Thanks for nothing.
Any more for any more?
I.M.W.K.H.F. Good evening.
Over here.
Please, scotch.
Tony Scotch. They all come out for a party.
Thank you.
Chelsea Arts Club ball. New Year's Eve, 1969. See the cigarettes in his hand? He just wandered the length of the King's Road looking for those.
Dressed as a chicken?
Dressed as a chicken. I only smoked consulate then. He went into 4 pubs before he found them. Cool as a mountain stream, he was sweating like a bull when he got back. Bloody idiot.
I need the adapter for the video. I used it on the drill last time. Got everything?
Yes.
Tony's one of Harry's oldest friends.
You're looking particularly lovely tonight, Mark.
How's the sick bag, Alice?
Mr. Doyle is a teacher, isn't he?
Yes, but his wife has the lolly. Lots of jewellery shops.
She's a semi-invalid. Nerves more than anything.
The only thing Harry wanted him for was to cover his overdraft. Password is health, wealth and happiness. Do you know it?
Is Mr. Morse here, please?
Oh, sure. Come in.
Right, would you tell him Lewis is here? I'll be...
Harry and I were at this wine festival in Cumberland. No,
Yes,
Harry.
I've been there. There's a wonderful bridge across the river. Freddie!
Yes, all right. Well, anyway, Harry, this is a terribly amusing story.
Lewis?
I phoned in. They said you'd come here. I brought my car in.
Thank you, Lewis.
Anything useful?
Not really. There's a man called Tony Doyle.
Oi! You wanted to know about Harry? Come and see him. He's on TV.
Hello, playmates.
All right, quiet, everyone.
No messages to the world on this. We have Tony Doyle on camera.
Oh, God! Is that only a year ago?
Tony, I don't want this.
Cora, come on, love. Everybody wants to see him.
No, come on. Not if Helen doesn't want to.
No, let's not upset Miss you.
Shut up, Jules. Helen, come on.
We'll have a good laugh at me next.
I've got his pen. Tony! Wait. Don't give him any more to drink. Tony Doyle on camera by Boswell. Oh, I've said that. Have I said that? Yes. Right, now. Where's my wife? Plucked from the suburbs. My angel from Ilford. The man that Helen thought was called Joan. One Miro. Silly as meaning bugger all. Steady, Tony. Could have been our fortune, you know. There you are. 250 grand for that in New York. Hey, Tony? Even you could knock a few of those out, couldn't you? Only joking, Tony, only joking. I love him, really. Oop. What did you say, Dad?
Please God, I never end up in that state.
I have a feeling you won't, Lewis.
Was he as you expected, Harry?
More bitter, I think.
Yes, I did. I bloody did.
I have to go home, I think, before the furniture goes over. Now, come on, Julia, darling, I think you ought to go home, too.
Bloody loved him. Talked to me more than he ever did her. He was lonely.
Come on. Julia, sit down.
Tony. Mr. Dynamic. Harry once said meeting you was like shaking hands with an empty glove.
Yeah.
say?
Got a drink?
I don't seem to have been without one all evening.
Wow, it's a party, isn't it? Everybody got a good look at me when I was younger.
Matisse?
Only thing Harry could think of at the time. As he always said, wait for inspiration or you get an overdraft.
Everything Harry did is like something else, like some other painter.
Bingo. He used to sign himself A. Totter sometimes. So he felt about it. No style of his own. Good at parties, though. Dead or alive.
Helen?
Yes, Morse.
Did he forge anything?
I'll come quiet, Gov. What a Bonnie and Clyde you'll think we were. Morse, old lad. The evidence. A whistler. What's the sentence? Next 20 years by myself.
Well, there they all are, the friends of Harry Field.
Some friends.
A lot of backbiting going on. Nobody had a good word for Tony Doyle. He played the host a lot, didn't he? Crossed my mind, there might be, you know.
Crossed mine, too.
Ah, morning. How are you?
Tired.
Know the feeling. Tried pills?
Hate pills.
Same here.
It's good of you to see me so early, Ian.
Oh, I'm always in early. Make sure they haven't axed the course overnight. That's why I can't sleep, I'm sure it is.
I need your opinion on this. It's, well, you see what you think.
Oh, glad to. Come on. Yeah. What's it supposed to be?
It's a whistler, a variation on the golden screen.
Who told you that? You haven't bought this, have you?
It isn't a whistler?
No. It's terrible. Never passed for a whistler.
Clearly the painter was no forger then.
Well, certainly not a good one. It's been sort of chucked together. Rather duff pastiche. Where'd you get it?
At a wake.
Not surprised. I always used to enjoy art at school. Beat maths. Touch and go sort of life, isn't it? Painting. Did you never fancy doing it professionally yourself?
What do you mean?
Like Mr. Field did?
Mr. Field cleaned paintings for a living.
I got the impression he was a bit of a guru. The way people used to flock around him.
He was a cabaret act.
Much money in cleaning pictures, is there?
I wouldn't know. I don't have to do it.
I saw some of his paintings. He was very good, wasn't he?
He has a style that appeals to you, does he, Sergeant?
You wouldn't have much time for it, I guess. What with the marking and all you teachers have to do.
You share the view of Bernard Shaw and Harry Field, do you, Sergeant? Those who can do, those who can't teach.
Oh, that's what he said about you, was it? You wouldn't happen to know who this model is, would you?
No.
He painted her a lot.
Could be a face in a magazine. He copied so much.
Did he now?